kind of sitting here and thinking about my daughters and everything, and mainly, I guess, men kind of concerned with the relationships that they might get involved in, and in a sense, men are insecure as well, and it's a lot of pressure basically for us in relationships, and there are a lot of issues that are kind of, it takes, I guess, growing together, and it's like you need a woman to need us just as much as they want us to need them, and that what seems like the issue with me, with my relationships. It's kind of like the you say certain things weren't returned, certain things were abused or not recognized, not acknowledged, So it's kind of important, like I said, is to make each person feel a value, like, you really don't want to be without them, because that's what, in essence, it got to the situation with me and my relationships. It was just, I was basically an item that, wasn't acknowledged or wasn't important enough to make sure that, I was looked after or cared for, my feelings respected. And that's really what the issue, a lot of my relationships was. It was just that I could tell them certain things, but they never like respected that, if I told them I didn't like this, I just want you to understand that I don't like that.
Okay. What I just wrote down basically is respect. It's like this. A man's home should be his castle. All right. And whenever he comes within the company of his mate, in a sense, to me, I feel like there should be sanctuary. There should be cohesion. There shouldn't be tension, sexual tensions, or any kind of friction, involved. There shouldn't be uncomfortableness. There shouldn't be rudeness. There shouldn't be abuse in those situations. And that's what I find, like, say, in my relationships, that whenever, like, say, we would get one-on-one, I would never have sanctuary. It was like I was always supposed to bend to the woman's will or way, or, you know, uh, hormonal imbalances and so forth. But as far as my consideration, I was always to deny myself any type such accommodations. And that's just not cool, because there's a two-way street. And always, like I said, in a relationship, you got to treat the other part like they're important to you. If you don't, that's the way they feel.
My wishes were abused or weren't acknowledged. So, like I said, as far as relationships, I want my daughters to get in healthy relationships, and I want them to understand how to kind of be humble, and make up, basically. Do whatever needs to be done. This is the person that you choose it. You're choosing to, be in your life, especially have children for, or have a child for. And, it's not fair to the kids to not have both parents involved in their lives. So I want you to understand that commitment.
As I want to talk about loyalty, there's certain things, I guess, in a relationship it develops the friendship. It makes the bond more or less stronger. And this is some things that I guess some people fail to understand, or fail to acknowledge, or fail to adhere to properly is loyalty. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. In a lot of sense, what happens is, like say I'll have a mate and we'll get in trouble. And for the most part, they'll get me in trouble and refuse to bail me out or refuse to have integrity to admit that they did wrong, or in a sense they're mad and they're childish. They're trying to get back at me for something. They're mad. They don't care about their actions at all. They just basically want to make me mad because misery loves company. And that's not good. Childishness in a relationship, we need maturity and we need respect, mutual respect. And that's one of the issues that I've always had with relationships is the loyalty factor. Are you gonna protect me like I'm supposed to protect you? And that seems, like I said, it doesn't apply to women for some reason. They basically, uh, temperamental, jump to conclusions, make rash decisions, impulsive, lack of impulse control, overreact, So it's very important that we all make mistakes. To err is human, but to admit one's mistake is integrity, or to correct one's mistake is maturity. And that's what I find out is lacking with a lot of females in the female-male relationship situations. There's not a mother lion, a protectiveness that the women take on for their counterparts, their mates, their companions in life. It has to be reciprocated. You have to treat that person like they're important to you. Otherwise, they're not.
Sex. Me, myself, I guess, for my first, actually my first two marriages, they were virgins, and it just, being that no other man had touched them, in that manner, it was special. And I thought of them as very special as prizes, but as far as the women that have had multiple partners, they, in a sense, they weren't really that important to me because it was like I wasn't special to them. They weren't really special to me because it's like, they kind of showed me they had a tendency of making poor decisions. Here I am, I'm 45, and I have a friend of mine that's 44, and she's still a virgin. That says a lot, about that woman and basically her commitment or her need to please or whatever. But I think of her as, the value is off the charts because, I've had intimate moments with her, but, it says she's still a virgin. So, and that means a lot. That's special. A man is supposed to treat his wife special, and therefore, as far as my girl, I want you to treat yourself as special. Whenever you be with different men, it's like, I guess, certain things are kind of taken for granted. You know that you can get this and get that with manipulation, with sex, and so forth, and they use it. No, don't use sex as a tool. Basically, I want you to, be a prize, be special to yourself, have a strong, sense of self-confidence, self-esteem, and not super right.
So my little partner here, is really just, or he or she or whatever, is really just getting to this point to where I'm able to kind of pet it. But mainly it's been a trust thing, developing trust. I got him slobbing. Look at it. See? Oh no. I got the kitty slobbing. So they know what feels good. They know what's good for them, you know, who's good to them and so forth. So, yeah, in a sense, it's just apply a lot of this logic to life.